Can you have someone get me water? Hello everyone joining in. Thank you so much. The live got delayed by an hour, but I already see a lot of you join in. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you. Somebody I aspire. I love. She's also somebody who's represented India at Miss Supranational, the pageant that I'm going for, in a week. And here she is.
Hi.
Thank you so much. Firstly, you look lovely. I'm loving the bindi, the jhumkas. Super cute.
Thank you, Sonal. How are you? Hi, a big hi.
Indian vibe. I love it.
Am I audible?
Yes, you're audible.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. First of all, a very big hi, Sonal. How are you?
I am good. Even better now. How are you?
I'm good, and thank you. This is my go-to look, you know. Oh, did you see the lightning?
Yes.
Yeah, so I'm on 15th floor, so there's a
Wow.
lot of lightning and thunderstorms. Yeah. Okay, you're looking lovely, Sonal.
I turned purple for a second. That is gorgeous. We need to see your view because that
Yeah.
looks stunning. Love it. And where
Okay. Sorry, I could not
where are
hear.
you right? Which city?
I'm in Bengaluru. Namma Bengaluru.
Ooh, I love
Yeah.
that view. Firstly,
Okay.
thank you so much for joining in today and for
My
doing this.
pleasure.
I was just introducing you right when you joined, but honestly, I feel like you've been such an inspiration, not just for me, but so many people in pageant community in India. You've been our pride for
Just
way too many reasons.
you're just
So
being sweet and kind.
not at all.
I think the spotlight today. I know you have had the spotlight the entire day. You had media interviews. You were very busy. I understand. But one last time, again, the spotlight is on you, and we are going to know a little more about you, your journey, your preparations, and everything. And of course, I'm here, so you can ask me anything. So yeah. Okay, did you eat? Did you drink something? You had a very long, hectic day.
I did. I did. I had a nice salad. I got my water. I took all your advice. So I'm like, really, right before the call, we were talking about
Water for the win.
cheers to that.
Here's to that. Oh, sorry. I did share the number.
It's a
Okay, I think I'll take a 30 seconds because all my people are also here. So everybody, hi, hello, Elrigu Namaskara. It's been quite some time, actually very long time that I've come live. This is not like a personal life. This is live with Sonal. I'll come once again where I'll sit around, say, and talk everything, and we'll catch up. Jitesh joined. Hi, Jitesh. So, ಎಲ್ರಿಗೂ ಮತ್ತೊಮ್ಮೆ ಸಿಗೋಣ ಲೈವ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದು ನಮ್ಮ ಸೋನಲ್ ಲೈವ್ ಸೊ ಅವಳ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಣ ಲೆಟ್ಸ್ ಗೆಟ್ ಟು ನೋ ಹರ್ ಬೆಟರ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಹರ್ ಜರ್ನಿ ವಾಟ್ ಸೇ ಸೋನಲ್
do it. Also, I'd love to learn some. Like you gotta teach me a nice phrase to greet, introduce, like so I can
ಯು
also
ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಸೇ ಎಲ್ರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ ಸೇ
yell namaskaram.
ದಟ್ಸ್ ಆಲ್ ಎಲ್ರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ ನಾನು ಸೋನಲ್
Yelguru Namaskaram. I am Sonal. Thank you for teaching me that.
That's
And
about it.
for having me.
Sorry, I think there's some lag. I don't know if it's my internet or your internet. I think it's mine, right? Is there a lag?
I can hear you very well. So I don't know
Okay,
if
okay,
it's.
okay. Sorry. What was the last thing that you asked?
We're talking about different languages. Did you learn any Polish while you were in Poland?
I did back then. I actually knew a lot of words. I've forgotten now, but every time I go to Poland, I brush up my Polish little bit to kind of impress. And it's nice to, because the moment you speak the regional language or the language where you are, you'll be there, and that's instant connection that they have. Oh, she knows some words, she's learned something. So that's very kind when you make that effort to learn the language. So I think I had learned few words like Dzień dobry, jest. Jest is like hello. Dzień dobry is like good morning. You can say Dzień dobry, jest, and yeah, I think I'd forgotten, but yeah, it's something. Dziękuję is thank you. Dzięki is thanks, like a very casual way. Formal way is dziękuję. Yeah.
Nice. I love that. I mean, you still remember some. I need to.
I still remember.
I'm trying, but every time I try to even speak a full phrase, I'm just
Oh,
not.
that's
Translation is difficult.
No, that's difficult. Trust me. I think Polish is a little difficult language because you don't know which letter is silent and which letter you got to stress on, because it's DJ. Dziękuję starts from DJ, but D is silent. You just spell the J. So yeah, it's a little difficult. But I think you can work with good morning, hello, hi, how are you, and all of that.
Yeah, we got the basics in place. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, my mouse, postcard, and I was like, it's not
Okay.
postcard, mouse.
Yeah, but I think you said it very well. I heard your video bit. You said it very well. That's like the gift. Every time it's showering love on you, Sonal.
Oh my God, let me feed off the energy. I love it.
Yeah. Okay. So I've read your bio. I know you're born in Delhi and then moved to Jaipur. So and then of course you did your graduation, right, in Pennsylvania. You moved or you shifted. So how has been your childhood upbringing, and just a quick touch base on these your younger life.
I mean, I've been talking about this. I had a media day, so I have been really, as I talk, I'm also thinking, and it's so interesting. Like the baby who was in Jaipur and Delhi to the girl I'm sitting here as, I feel like I have changed in a lot of ways, and I'm learning, and some things just remain constant. So it's been a very interesting journey, and I think
I'm
uh,
sure.
what I'm also realizing it is, a lot of the times, um, you realize that, like, especially a pageant or an opportunity like this, where I'm going ahead and I'm learning so much. In the last few months have been like prep and training and all of that. But it's so important to just be like true to who you are at the core,
Yeah,
and also difficult times, you know. So I've been
I
thinking
know.
about it. It's been very interesting going from Jaipur, like to Pennsylvania, as you said, the first part, if I go, very different. It was a transition almost from
How
like a
many
small.
years were you there?
I was
3, 4.
there 6 years. So I studied there and then I worked there 5.5 years approximately. But it was very interesting because I was such a independent woman as soon as I went there. I was 17, but I was like, okay, now I have to take on life and take charge and I have to do everything on my own. And in Jaipur, I didn't do a lot of that. Also, like from that small town, exposed into like Pennsylvania, I was like, this is amazing because
That's
now the whole
I think that's
come
a
on.
big step.
Yeah.
That's a huge step. Imagine a girl from Mangalore to Bangalore itself is a big step, moving from city. But imagine you're flying out of the country. So I think it was a huge step, probably, right? Back then when you did it.
Excited. I was really excited to, because in Jaipur, I was in a girls' school and I was in a very protected environment. And my parents, I remember before I was gonna fly off, I was 17 at the time, and my parents are like, We won't ask you anything, we won't question you. Take the responsibility of your life, and if you can do that, then you're free. And
Wow.
when they said that, a part of me was like, okay, now like my life begins in like my own way. And I was like, just gonna be an adult. And I'm like, this is interesting because now I can do everything. And I think in that moment you realize that you become a lot more aware. I
True.
was like taking charge and still trying to have fun and experience everything. So yeah, and
So very nice that you got supportive parents, who are always there cheering. Because not everybody are fortunate. Like I'm very fortunate that my parents, my family are very supportive, and now I can hear that even your parents, did everything that they could possibly do for you. So how are they feeling? Like you have won now, you're going in. I think in few days you'll be flying.
next
Correct?
I'll be flying out
Yeah.
and we're very excited. Honestly, my parents, as you said, we're very fortunate to have that support system, and I'm so fortunate because my parents never questioned me. They always let me like live and experience life. And now, at this level where we're talking about India, they're very proud. Yeah, and
Yeah.
you know, you brought us so much pride. You won the title for India. I want to know about that also. Was that a part of the plan, like getting pageantry? How did it happen?
So So it was definitely not a sudden move
Yeah.
because I grew up in this small town in Mangalore, and I was this very active child. I had to be in everything. I had to be in dance. I had to be in sports. I had to I wanted to be everywhere. So what happened was, when while growing up, I remember watching in TV or reading somewhere. So I got introduced to pageants where I saw Priyanka Chopra, Lara Datta, the usual inspiration that the kids get, right? So that was the first time I saw something like that, and I was like, "Oh, what is this? I have to try this." But of course, you think that's a far-fetched dream for you to reach there and do things. So I'm like, okay, let's see that later. But I always had that. Also, the television. I was highly influenced by television. I was like, I have to be on that side of the screen. I don't want to be on this side. I want to be on that side of the screen. So how do I do? How do I, go meet people? How do I give auditions? So I grew up with that excitement. And finally, the middle class family education is very important. You got to finish your education and then you got to have a job to have a stable life. So the usual rut that we all follow. I mean, at least we followed back then. Um, so somewhere, I think when I was doing my IT job, is somewhere I felt very suffocated, and I was like, no, this is not something that I enjoy. I was doing very well in that job as well because I have this my mantra that whatever you do, you like it or not, you do it very well. Like you give your 100%. So I was doing very well in the job, but still I wasn't content. Then I knew that like I wanted to try acting, I wanted to do modeling, but then I realized that acting has no age limit, but pageantry has age limit. So I'll have to try that first because if I don't dare to do it now, I will regret it forever. So I thought that, I took that bold step of quitting my company and just next year going for the auditions, and the rest is the history. So everything, God's grace and my parents' blessings, things happen. So deep down, it was always there for me. Like I wanted to try pageants. I had done so much research about everything, every pageant that was out there, and Asha was already a winner. So Miss Supra, Miss Universe, Miss World. I had a huge research and study. So I was the student who was like, okay, I'm already so involved that the training that Miss Diva gave and everything happened, though it was very hectic, but that's good. In a way, they're preparing you for the stronger battle, the bigger battle. So that's how I got into pageantry and everything happened.
But I love, you mentioned a few things, and I was like, me too, me too, me too. I wanted to say it because I've always been that person who wanted to do it all and try, and I just go for it. Somebody, you were an idea, just leaving, going into this full force. That also takes not. It's not easy. So
Sorry, I think.
wait,
Wait, hold on.
can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear now. Yes. Okay, could you just repeat the last two
Of
lines?
course, of course. When you were talking in a lot of bits and pieces. Like me too. I love that, and I think I'm the same.
So you did
But
have those, okay, I want to try this, I want to try
yeah,
those memories. Yeah.
in my life, also I always end up thinking that like I want to do it all, which is why even I got into pageantry or this side of life, which is very different from IT.
Yeah.
Because even I have a background in finance and financial technology.
I'm gonna come.
How
I'm gonna talk about that because I'm so proud to know that you've actually founded a company of your own, which is like huge, and I'm so proud about it. We're gonna touch that in some time.
we'll get to that. But how did you just go ahead with it, leaving IT, getting into pageantry, and then even now I feel like you are that person who's taking on, you're doing incredible work in the film industry. Like, what is something that like has helped you to be so headstrong? And I remember you also mentioned the fact that, you do what's right and what you think is right. The
True.
the subtle rebel who does everything by like uh, not really by the books,
Yeah.
but within the nice quoting
So,
from.
so you draw very light balance or a light line between being rebellious
Yeah,
or just being kind and listen to everything, but do again what's needed and what you think is
standing up.
best. Yeah. So you don't lose your roots or essence. You hold on to it, and still you do.
Yeah,
Obviously, when you work as a team, you got to listen to everything, and So keep those in checks, but don't forget who you are. That's like the
that right now, like the way the world is, the way everyone around us is, like you hear so much. Or even if you talk about social media for that matter, everyone's gonna have something to say. How do you stay so true to yourself then?
I don't know, Sonal. So, when people ask me questions in these lines, um, it sounds very complicated. And I think, why make life complicated? It's very simple. So maybe credits to my upbringing, or I don't know, the family. We come from a very simple family. We had our hardships, our crisis. Parents slogged, and we had three daughters, so like three girls. So they really wanted these three girls to grow up and stand on their own feet and do something for themselves. So I come from that mindset. So there is nothing extra frills that वो क्या बोलेंगे ये क्या सोचेंगे what's happening and that this I just I have to do my things. I'm content with it. That's all. Like very simple. Honesty, simplicity, and 100% involvement in what you do. That's what I was about to come when, if at all you were planning to ask about my pageant experience, I would be telling the same thing that every day I was there. You live your day with so much honesty that it will reflect in your work as well. Just being honest and being natural is one thing, but being genuine is another thing. So when you're being genuine, you'll be vulnerable. You will be sensitive. You will be truthful. So it's okay. In 20 days, you're not going to become a different person, and suddenly you won't become a something else. No, you will still be who you are. So if you are genuinely who you are, like I said, honesty and not complicate things, simple,
Yeah.
I think it will reflect. It will reflect, and Supra stands for that. Supra organization as an organization, they stand for it. I understand it's a beauty pageant at the end of the day. So there's makeup, there's gowns, and there's pretty looking, and the vibe. Keep that vibe on. I'm not telling you have you got to be like all different. No, you keep that vibe on because that's the necessity of the pageant. But along with that, the basic qualities that do not forget who you are and being very honest in everything that you do because nobody can snatch that from you. Nobody can snatch that. They'll always see the truth behind you and the way you are. So, and also keeping everything simple in the sense, imagine somebody is asking you a question, you have a personal interview. We don't have to complicate things. Even when they ask, introduce yourself, I've heard because I've been in jury and people go on and go on. I did that and I had this and I did. Unless it's been asked, I understand. If it's been asked, you can answer. But or else you just keep it simple that, this was my upbringing and this is what blah blah blah, my parents this and I am this. So it's always nice to hear. It's very refreshing at times like this today, to be simple, to be honest, because so much is happening, like you mentioned. Everything is, it's everybody is getting carried away, everything is being influenced. So yeah, I think honesty, simplicity, and 200% involvement. I think that will reflect on your work, and every day that you are, during your pageant, it's going to reflect.
I love that. And as you said, it's so simple. I feel like sometimes simpler the thing, the more we tend to complicate
Yeah.
uh, it well. You're like, yeah, bas, that's it. Is that all? And maybe
Like for example, sorry, I'm cutting you off, but you did ask me that, with the social media and everything, like, imagine now there's a series of bashing happening or something happening. Now I can sit there, I mean, I can sit and read those and keep worrying, or else I just have to think this, that, there's 1.4 billion people in this country, and how I am free to have my opinion. I think everybody is free to have their opinion, correct? And now someone is sitting somewhere and doing something. Why do I ruin my peace? Why do I ruin my peace on? So that's how simple I keep things. I just don't want to complicate things. I don't have these extra frills and layers. जो है वही है बस.
I love that. I want to feed off energy. Like, truly,
All
just,
yours.
yeah. Because I think, it's so easy and we tend to complicate it. And especially like the world we're living in today, where will always have something to say. In
Yeah, true,
हाँ, कुछ तो लोग कहेंगे, लोगों का काम है कहना. But if you go
true,
in with all people are saying, then you lose yourself in the way.
true. You can't. You have to remember one thing, Sonal. You cannot make everybody happy in a room or in this, wherever you are. You cannot please everybody. There will be one or two people who will be like, nahi, acha nahi laga, nahi. So you just have to do what is best for you, because you cannot please everybody. And living life like that, trying to please everybody, I think it's miserable. It's very sad. Yeah.
Which also reminds me, like last year you went back to Poland and you were with the team, you also got awarded as like the icon. What is that like, your relationship with the team? And also, I mean, I know they all love you. You were also saying how Gerald is like a teddy bear,
Yeah.
because he's so sweet to see, and I feel like I'm going for that pageant now. Um, is that really helped you have that bond? Sorry, I'm getting calls in the back for some reason.
That's okay. That's all right. I know you're a busy person and you have a lot of things happening, so don't worry.
Not at all. We're around the corner now, so I think it's that. But I
Okay.
feel so nice. What I was saying was so nice that you have that raw, real relationship even with them. And I'm sure they see that. Is there something you'd like to tell me in terms of like the organization, the team, maybe something I can expect, anything?
So, first and foremost, lovely people, okay? Lovely, lovely people. The organization, very, like I said, very simple-minded people, and who have a lot of who values, like I said, like honesty, roots, your roots. People who are grounded, and who also values like time and work. So I don't think even they have much frills. Like as an organ, I think that is why we bonded so much. Probably, even they don't have much frills. They are very, straightforward. What it is, the way it is, and because I won, and then of course I had to spend 1 year with them, so we grew more closer. And Mr. Gerard, I think, yeah, he's my teddy bear, and he used to gift me like for Christmas and for this. So he's like my Santa Claus. So every time I go to Poland, I know I'll get something. So, and we have this father-daughter bond. He's like, you're my daughter. So it's a different bond. I can't articulate it, but it's very sweet and special. So I think you're very lucky to be today's time, that you're actually taking, I mean, you have got this opportunity to represent India, and also in this pageant, Miss Supranational pageant, because They're very honest people. The whole organization is very honest. The process that happens there, and it's very transparent and everything. They respect each other. Not just, they don't wait for the winner to become the winner and then the treatment is different. No, every candidate that comes there is of course a winner in their respective nations. They're the best talent that they're sending. Like they themselves mentioned that it's not a competition anymore. Of course there is a title and all of that, but it's an experience, because even after 10, 15 years or 20 years, that experience nobody can snatch from me. That is going to be there with me. So they want to give you the best experience that you will remember forever. So as an organization, I think you should not be worrying at all, because they're the sweetest and kindest, very warm people. And if if you can just be there 100%, answering or being there with honesty and with utmost sincerity, I think your half job is done. Like your 80% job is done. Rest, obviously, it's your performance and everything. But you just being there 100% and being the way you are now, very, natural and genuine, I think that half your battle is won.
I love that. And I feel it's also so refreshing because a lot of times in pageantry you expect otherwise. For whoever wants isn't
So it
smart.
depends, I guess. It depends on the pageants and the values they uphold. But Supra, you don't have to worry. They are, like I mentioned, honesty, simplicity. These are the values they uphold any which ways. So yeah, that will work.
Which I love. I think they're also younger pageants, so I feel that is what is the ethos, brand ethos for a reason. Because I feel in the world that we live in, how
True.
it's moving, people want to get a taste of what's real, what's true, who you are. Like things are moving. I was talking earlier today, and we were doing a podcast, and like people want to see the real side, which I think is so nice. That like even
True,
Supranational
true.
is recognizing that. So it's getting me really excited for it for sure.
No, because see, I know I think Supra started which year? 2009, if I'm not wrong. I think
Yeah.
2009.
So, yeah.
2009 or 10. Okay. So I was there for the pageant in 2016, then 17, and then 18 also I went. But then again, there was a gap, and then I went last year. So when I went last year, nothing has changed. The people, the values, it's still the same. So I realized that, of course, the few extra frills, like the way it's been happening on the stage and all of that, the other things gets changed, but apart from that, the core values are still the same, because I was there for the personal interviews and all of that. So I think it really touched me. I was like, oh wow, it's still the same, same, or it's gotten better, but it's not been diluted, it's not been corrupted. It's still, the values and all of those are still same. So yeah, in a way, I think it's good and great that you're getting to go there. I really, really wish that you have such a great time, like blast.
Thank
I really wish you enjoy.
thank you. I'm so excited. And I want to know, like, representing India, like, because I think that has been such a big thing for me. Like, think of Pride, of course, I feel so happy. And I feel I want to do justice to it, right? Like, so I take a lot of pressure sometimes. I want to know from you, how do you still maintain to like stay true? All of the things that you mentioned, like, still be so strongly rooted while you have this whole almost like responsibility on your shoulders, right? Because for
Yeah, no,
me,
see,
sometimes I get under pressure when I'm like, how do I do this? And I want to be perfect and I want to do it right. How do you work around that? Or how did you rather?
no, I think it's okay. Okay to go through what you're going through. I mean, it's completely natural. I'm not gonna lie that, I did not have any of these and I just went very happily. No, no. Even I had these stresses and pressures, and I thought, like, obviously Asha was the winner 2014. So I was like, okay, it's far-fetched. Kuch nahi hone wala. Because usually you don't think that you will have a sandwich, victory per se. So I was like, okay, at least let me just go and give my best and enjoy the experience. But I did have obviously the pressure that, your team, because the moment you know, like the entire team, 30 days or whatever, how many ever months, they are putting so much effort for you to like send off. Okay, now we are done. Now it's you. So I know the efforts they put in, everybody, sleepless nights and all of those. So that pressure was eating me up that, I have to do very well, like you mentioned, I have to do good. But somewhere I think once you reach Poland and the first day of meeting everybody, maybe some people might get slightly intimidated because you have different contestants coming from different countries, but that's okay, that's natural, fine, no problem. But I think it will settle if you don't stress about it. Like if you let go of it, it will settle. It's like, okay, I'm here, I'm meeting 70 plus 80 plus country girls and sisters, and I'm gonna have a ball of time and all of that. And then you're so busy every day, you're busy with every contest and every sub contest and all of that. So you're every time you're just focused. You're like, I have to put my best foot forward. I have to put my best foot forward every time I step out of my room. Having said that, you're not losing your cheerfulness, you're not losing your joyfulness. You're there. The Sonal, the Delhi born, the Jaipur girl, she's there.
Yeah.
So I think it will go. And naturally it will fade off. You have to make a conscious effort not to carry that stress and pressure throughout. You know, then it will somewhere shake you off. It will not make you put your best foot forward.
True.
So the only mantra I can tell here is,
So and be so present to that because I guess that's what there is. Once you're there, you've arrived.
yeah,
So it's almost like just feel, and that's why I think they, as you said, they call it the supranational experience.
yeah.
So just give it.
Use it. Just imagine this, Sonal, that how you would have been for 25 days if you knew you were not judged, you're not being judged. How you would have been. Just now, see, the moment somebody is judging you, we are like, oh, we are ready with our
Get
guard.
your guard.
So just imagine, yeah.
Yeah.
So somewhere what happens is we'll lose some our own, the sincerity or whatever. We lose our personality.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just that is how I was the last 25 days that I was in Poland. I was the way I would have been somewhere else. Like even if I was not being judged. So I was just being me. I know that people are there. They're doing their job. I'm doing my job. I'm here to give my best. Just imagine you're not being judged and put your best foot forward. That's about it.
I love that. Yeah, I think you pointed it right there. It's that fear of judgment. You feel
Yeah.
emotional. You feel like just be easy then.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, that's about it. But yeah, I think I don't want to miss out on the very important thing. Sorry, I just get excited every time I think about you. So I know that you've been working very hard with your ground up project. I think I would love to listen about it. Like, how did it start, and what is it really about, and what's the status now?
My initiative is very simple, and I wanted to all like from a long, long time. I've been thinking about what is my purpose? What do I want to be doing? And especially, I feel like when you're going through a journey like pageantry, you're always thinking about it. You're answering it also for so many people,
Yeah.
interview. Like, what is it? And I think for me, I've always been a person. I'm the middle child. Are you? You said you're
I'm
three. You're
the
three.
youngest.
You're the
I'm the
young
youngest.
dude.
You have siblings? You have
I
siblings?
do. We're
Oh,
all three.
oh wow. So what are you? One, two,
Uh,
three.
I'm the second one. I have an older sister, a younger brother.
Oh, you're the middle child.
I'm the
Middle
middle,
child is like the balanced one, probably. No?
most chaotic, crazy energy where you're like always, just hopping around, jumping around. I've always been that in my house.
Okay.
And I feel like something that always stays with me is I want to just, if I'm home, I want to make my mom smile, happy. I'm doing silly things to make my siblings happy, whatever. So I think for me, the essence of whatever I'm doing is in like that little happiness. I just want to be happy, make people happy wherever I go. And I feel in the last,
How sweet.
especially if I see a few years, I've only gone from like one thing to the other, where I'm like, I want to achieve this and I want to do that and I want to, go bigger. But I feel life then gets lost in the way.
True,
And for a lot of us, ever
true.
since I
True.
moved to Bombay, I've been seeing this where everyone's just hustling, 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 which is
Too
great.
much
But
hustling.
But you attach like life and your happiness to that hustle. And when you realize that, like, oh, you got the degree and you got the job and you got the salary, but did that make you happy?
Yeah.
Maybe for a moment, and it's gonna pass by. But like the journey you just missed upon because you were not present to that. So I feel like my pockets of joy is just about being present to that journey. Where even if like I'm enjoying like a sandwich or a burger, I love food.
You know,
Like that makes me
I think we
happy.
should have a life about food, another totally a different life because I love food too. So
Like I feel I've become all the more passionate about food now more than ever. But you know, it's little things, and with this whole initiative, I just want to remind people of that. That it's little things that can make you happy. Do it for yourself. And while
true.
we're so busy, like even if we just slot out sometime, like 15 minutes, I'll do something that makes me happy. And you could listen to a song and just like close your eyes or dance or like have something you like or
So
get some
even if it is a momentary, but you do it like 200% involvement and just experience and enjoy like totally.
and if you can just be present to that happiness, I feel like it makes life so much better. And
True. Agreed.
through this, I feel like, when I'm meeting somebody, when I give somebody a hug, it makes me happy, but it also, you can transfer that so easily onto other people. So
I
that
love
is
the
the essence.
name. I love the name Pockets of Joy. I mean, see how simple that is, but it holds so much depth or the meaning. Pockets of
Exactly.
joy.
Like we're running, 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 but going where? Like
True.
all there is left, like you don't know how much time you have. All you have is this journey.
Wow, I'm loving this conversation bit. I know we have just, we've slightly, moved from the pageant talk, but I love this conversation that really, I mean, like you said, we don't know how many days we have. The only truth out there is, that we have a short life. We forget the mortality part of it. We forget the mortality part of it. And we are like, for sure, today, we plan our tomorrow, we plan our 10 years, we plan our 20 years, because we're like, for sure, we're going to get up. But we don't know if we sleep tonight, are we up tomorrow or not? We are not sure about it.
Exactly.
So, but we take one truth, we do not take it seriously. That's the only one truth, but we do not even think about it. I mean,
And that's
yeah,
the only certainty that life is uncertain. Everyone says that. We know it. Like, we're
true.
so aware. But on the daily, we're like, nikal. Or ye, when this happens, when that happens. And I'm like, do you know you have that? No. So, so hey, abhi, let's give today our 100%. Be present today. Be your happiness today. And
So that's
when you have
that's a conscious living.
it,
That's conscious living.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think you're fully prepared, Sonal, for the pageant. You just have to be like whatever you said. I'm sure you follow it as well. So conscious living, just being honest, just giving your 200% involvement, irrespective of what others think, what others judge. You do what is required. I think that serves the purpose. I think, and of course, giving your best on stage or every time the performance has been asked from you. So I think yeah, I love the conversation, the deeper conversation that we are having about it's slightly spiritual, but it's a need of the hour. It's need of the hour. So
No, and I feel like the more, even in pageantry, what I've realized a lot of times, you mentioned about like Lala Tata and like, you see Priyanka Chopra and so
yeah,
many like that take inspiration from these
true, young
icons. Even
girls.
you've been an icon. And I think there's a reason because when even in pageantry, you get to know yourself so much in depth, it is almost a spiritual process. So then
True,
when you talk, then when you are so clear and in line with your thoughts, that people listen, then people remember it. It makes an impact.
true.
So I feel like that's honestly like a path that somewhere I feel this journey has gotten me to that. And it's a takeaway. No matter what I end up doing after,
Yeah, no,
the
Sonal,
legacy is
it will be the one of the biggest takeaways because I'm sure you will have much bigger things happening, but it will be for sure one of the biggest takeaways because you will, like you said, you will, you will tell many things about yourself, like
Yeah.
during the pageant, that oh, this is new. I didn't know about this. I wasn't aware about this. So you will see, you will learn, and I think you will come out as a new Sonal when you come out, irrespective of the results. Of course, we all wish and pray and sincerely hope that we get the crown back home. And I think I see the full potential in you, that you definitely have that in you. And yeah, I just cannot see you shining on the stage with your
So
fabulous walk.
so much from you. I wish I could give you a big hug,
There's
but
a
I'm sending
virtual
like
hug. There's a virtual hug
yeah,
coming.
virtual hug.
But listen, Sonal, I say this, to all the girls, at least, when they speak to me, that I'm just one call away, because I know how big this step is, going and representing your country in an international pageant. And you would always want to hear from someone who's been there and who's gone. So I'm one call away. You can always connect anytime you're feeling anxious. I hope you're not, but anytime you're feeling anxious or stressful, you just want to ask that, how is this thing, or what's happening, or whatever, how does this work? I'm always there. You can always do that. We don't have to have a live session for that. One phone call away.
This is it, right? You're so kind. You're a queen for a reason. Thank you. And I'm so glad to have you connect with me on this call, but just to have you accessible
Yeah,
and there.
I think we could speak for hours and hours, but I really don't want to bore people. And also, I don't think we have actually touched
Sorry, go on.
we've touched enough topics. We've just kept casually chit chatting and catching up, and but who cares? Who cares? That's fine. We are having a good time.
Comments and they say, Srinidhi, we love you. There's so many of that. So I think people already love you and I love you. Thank you so much for doing this.
I
And
think
yes, I'm glad we
someone has written very sweetly, the reason both of my new sisters, Sonal and Srinidhi, are successful person in life, because both of you are positive, kind person. See, I'm telling you, I think you'll ace in the pageant. Just have fun, and your project. You speak so much from your heart. It gives you so much joy that can be seen. When you speak about it. So I think the project part of it, and obviously the team has prepared you greatly. I don't even have to touch that topic. With your everything, hair, makeup, and your performance, your everything. I think your job is to keep your personality right there. You know.
put judgment aside and
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
Just imagine, you're not being judged. Imagine how you would have been, so smoothly, easily, carefree attitude, and doing everything without any stress, not even an ounce of pressure, nothing. Obviously, see, when this competition happens, I'm not saying that we are in a so much zen mode that, oh, I'll just go and I'll be there. I mean, people are there. I'm sure people are there like that too. But you convert that pressure to a nice energy, channelize that pressure to a nice energy, and you put it out as, your best foot forward. Probably that's what you can do when you feel pressured or stressed.
yeah,
Okay.
amazing and make India proud, just
You
like you did.
will, I'm sure you will. I cannot wait to see from day one to day 20 or 25 in Poland, Sonal's journey, and eat well, and keep yourself hydrated. And because we tend to forget all these things because we're in a pageant and we have to be in shape and all of that. I know that's important. What can we do now? But keep yourself hydrated, and don't forget who you are. Just stay rooted always, no matter what.
I love that, and I'm gonna keep that with me. Thank you so much. You enjoy the rains. It's been beautiful all this while. I think we've gotten a whole feeling
Yes.
with like the thunder behind you. It's
Yeah,
lovely. Thank you so
yeah.
much. I know you have such a busy schedule, but you took the time out, even when the call was late. So thank you for doing.
No, Sonal, it was lovely.
Thank you
No,
so
it was lovely catching up with you. I had seen you, of course, when I was judging Miss Diva, but it was a brief and a quick, probably a hi, hello, that's about it. But it was so lovely talking to you in person, and I think you'll ace it. And I'm always here, one call away. And you take good care. I just want you to enjoy. I just want you to have that experience, probably how I had, or better than that, 10 times better than that, and so that you can always cherish it. And it was so lovely speaking to you. Everybody here, support Sonal. We need India to bring back the crown. So,
Do it.
yay!
Thank you so much.
Thank you, love.
Lots of you and to everyone who joined. Thank you. But you're
Thank you,
amazing.
everybody who's joined. Thank you so much, and thank you, Sonal. Take care. Bye. Bye.
Bye.